Can we start, everybody? Can we start, everyone?
Yes.
Good evening, teacher.
All right, so let's turn on your camera. Let's turn on your camera.
Yeah, teacher.
Hello. Last time what we learned, can we brief it, everybody? So last time what we learned, can we brief it? Do you know brief, Nguyên Bảo? Nguyên Bảo, do you know brief? Nguyên Bảo, do you know brief?
Brief. Yeah.
Means what?
Yeah.
What does mean brief? Thảo Nhi.
It's really short and really short and important news.
Yeah, give brief means you give what? You give short, right? Short and important. You give short and important information. Okay? So brief is also a noun and brief is also a verb. You know noun and verb na? Brief you can use as a noun or you can use as a verb, right? So if you can use as a verb, then you can say, can you brief that? Can you brief, right? Can you brief the last lesson? Example like that, the last lesson, right? So if you use as a noun, then you can say, give me the brief of the lesson. If you can use as a noun, you can make the sentence like, give me the brief, right, of the last lesson. Give me the brief of the last lesson. Last lesson. Okay, so this word brief. This word brief you can use as a noun or you can use as a verb, right? As a noun or as a verb. Can use as a noun or can use as a verb. Clear, everybody? Now you understand brief? Huh? Where are you, Bảo Nam? My interpreter? Hmm? Can you tell them what is brief?
Dạ thì brief là như gọi giống dạng tóm tắt, mình sẽ làm cho nó ngắn lại và chứa trong đoạn ngắn nó phải chứa những thông tin quan trọng.
You explain full. Brief can use as a noun, can use as a verb, right?
Thì brief thì nó có thể sử dụng cả danh từ và cả tính từ.
It can be. It can be a noun, it can be a verb. Can be. It can be. It can be.
Good evening, teacher.
It can be a noun. Or it can be a verb. In the sentence, if you use as a verb, then you speak like this. Can you brief it? Right? Or give me the brief. In this case, give me the brief. This is a noun. Can you brief it? And this is a verb. Clear or not? Where are you, Ying Hằng? Can you turn on your camera now? Clear? Understand? Yuan, where are you? The last lesson, what we have learned, Banana. What we have learned in the last lesson? Can you give me the content?
Last lesson, you will have
I thought what? I thought what? I thought what?
you talk about slang and myth, and you ask the class what is the difference between test and quiz. Just
That's all. Okay, you tell me what is slang, Yuan? What is slang?
Slang is um
Is a what? What is a slang? Very easy. Why you cannot answer? Yang, what is a slang?
Slang is a very important word.
Huh?
Very important word.
Oh my goodness. Very important means don't have meaning. What is slang, Banana?
slang is a very informal word.
Very good. It's very informal. Informal. Okay. So Ying Hang, informal, not importo. This word importo don't have in English. Hmm? Hmm? This word is wrong. Clear? Informal. We have informal and formal. We don't have importo. Why you say import? You don't see clearly, then you never learn at home again. At home you never check it again. It's a very informal word. Right? Then can you give me one informal? Can you give me one slang, Thảo Nhi? Can you give me one slang?
Grab.
Grab. Grab means what?
Cheat.
Grab means shit. Okay. Grab means shit. Good. And what is scientific word? What is scientific word? What is scientific word? Yahang, what is scientific word? Where is Yahang? That you are eating or what? What is scientific word? What is scientific word, Bảo Nam?
Scientific word is the word specific that used in science.
Yes, the word used in science. Very simple. The word using science. The words. Okay. The word that's used in science. Everybody knows science, right? Everybody knows science or not? If we talk about science, we talk about what? Physics. We talk about physics. We talk about what else? What else, everybody? Chemistry. Okay, and what else? Biology. Okay, biology. So this science, they follow this science. So why we call science? Why we call science? We call science because why we call science? Bảo Nam, why we call science?
Because
We call science because nature. We call science because nature makes, okay, not human makes. The nature makes everything. Like you cannot make animal like that. You cannot make animal. You cannot make human yourself like that. So we come from nature, right? Animal come from nature. Plants and trees and animals and human all come from nature, right? So in the beginning we don't make that. So that's we call science. So science related to physics, chemistry, and biology. Like you cannot make rock like that. So rock come from nature. Yeah, you cannot make gold. Gold come from nature, and you cannot make silver. So all these things come from nature, and human also come from nature. Animal also come from nature, and animal come from nature, and trees and plants also come from nature. So these things, biology, chemistry, and physics, that's why we call science, because nature make, not human make. Clear? Explain to them, Bảo Nam.
yes, thì scientific word nó có nghĩa là những cái từ mà khoa học, những cái từ mà được sử dụng trong science, khoa học. Thì science là gì? Science thì nó bao gồm physics, chemistry và biology, vật lý, hóa học và sinh học. Thì science nó có nghĩa là do tự nhiên tạo ra, như là đá, động vật mình không thể tạo ra động vật, mình cũng không thể tự tạo ra được đá, không thể tự tạo ra được vàng. Cái đó là đến từ thiên nhiên.
Now we just learn, if we learn science, we just learn the rule. Okay, the rule. How plants, animal, human, okay, what is inside the gold like that, what is inside the silver, what is inside the rock, okay, what is inside the body of a human, what is inside the body of the animal, what is inside the body of the plants. So we just learn the rule, okay, what we learn what is inside that, what is inside that, human, animals, plants, gold, silver, and rock. Clear? We just learn the rule. So that's we learn that rule, so we call science. Understand what now, everybody?
Yes.
You explain to them now. Now if when you are learning science, means you are learning about how rock is formed and what is inside the rock, how gold is formed, and where gold come from, okay, and what is inside the gold, what is the rule of the body of the human, okay, for example, the blood of the human made from what things, the muscle of the human made from what thing, or the muscle of the animal made from what things. The same for the plants and all the rest of the world. On the rest of the world, we learn the rule, how the nature make that, how the nature create us, or creates everything. Clear?
Yes. Thì mình học science để làm gì? Thì mình học khoa học để mình biết được như đá được làm từ gì, và quy luật của nó. Thì như là máu trong cơ thể người được làm từ gì, động vật hay là cây cối, mình sẽ học về những cái mà tự nhiên tạo ra, gọi là khoa học.
And we have two main subjects, science and the opposite with science and science. Okay, science. And the opposite with science is what? The opposite with science is what? Who knows? The opposite with science is what? Huyền Bảo, do you know? The opposite with science is what? Hmm? Is what?
I don't know.
Is acts. Okay, is acts. The opposite with science is acts. Here, acts means man make. Okay, man make. For example, uh, when I draw a portrait, and this is acts. Do you know portrait? Do you know portrait, everybody? Don't know, Thẩm Nhi, don't know. You never heard about that word portrait? Huh? Bảo Nam, you heard about that word portrait?
Yes, portrait is like selfie the face.
What selfie in the face? Selfies in the face. Yến Hằng, do you know? You heard the word portrait? Hmm? Yến Hằng, you heard the word is portrait? Bảo Kim, you know this word? Who knows? Banana, you know this word portrait? Don't know? Nobody know? Portrait is the act of drawing human. Okay, so for example, somebody they draw you, so that is portrait. Clear, Bảo Nam? Somebody they draw you, that is portrait, the art of drawing human.
Yes. Thì đối nghĩa trái nghĩa với đối lập với khoa học là art. Thì ở đây là nó giống như portrait. Thì portrait nó có nghĩa là vẽ cái chân dung của một người, vẽ chân dung của người. Thì portrait là chân dung.
Yeah, but this we call, let's see, this we call portrait. I thought you know that portrait. You don't know portrait. Okay. Yeah. This how to draw a human like this, a person. This we call portrait. Clear or not? This is portrait. Who know portraits? Who know how to draw human? In this class, who can draw human like this? Banana, you can draw human like this?
No, teacher.
Yes, I cannot draw.
Your daughter.
Yes, my daughter can draw, but not. But she doesn't like portrait much. She like anime. She like anime. How to draw anime? You know anime, everybody? Anime, no?
Yes, teacher.
She like to draw this anime like this.
Anime.
Huh? Anime? Yeah, she like to draw the picture like this. This. She doesn't like portrait. Okay. Mm. Can you tell me the difference between toxic and tossing? Tossing and toxic. Sometimes you hear the word tossing, sometimes you hear the word toxic. What is the difference? Hmm? You heard this word not? Bảo Kim. Toxic and tossing. Bảo Nam, you heard this word? Toxic and tossing.
Yes.
Can you differentiate? Can you differentiate?
Yes. Toxic is adjective. Toxic is noun.
Okay. Tossing is adjective and tossing is noun. Only that?
Yeah.
But you must give the meaning exactly how to use that. How to use that, then you can say toxic. No? Who can differentiate? Bảo Kim. Bảo Kim.
Tossing is a noun and tossing is adjective.
Hmm? That you just know the parts of the speech only. And then Yuan, where are you, Yuan? Yuan, come very late. Don't know. Okay, I tell you. What is tossing? Okay, what is tossing? Tossing is some things. Okay, you can say tossing is some things that's produced by living organism and can harm can harm you. Yes, like that. Tossing is the things. You can say tossing is the things or the substance, the substance, right? That's and substances that's produced by what? Produced by living organism. Living organism. I taught you organism already. So anything which has organ, we call organism. Okay. So for example, virus, bacteria. Okay. Or for example, plants. For example, animal, plant, animals. Okay, so even human also, human. So human is also organism. So toxins is the things that or the substances that produced by the living organism. This is the living organism. Clear? For example, do you know snake? Everybody knows snake? Okay, snake, inside the snake they have one toxin. Okay, they can release that toxin when they bite you, then you will die. Okay, very dangerous for your body. Very Venom. Okay, so venom is a toxins inside the snake. When the snake bite you and then it release that toxin, and then maybe this venom, this toxin can kill you. Okay, and these toxins can harm another thing like that, the living organism, and that toxin or that substance can harm another things. Harm another things mean like the toxin from the snake or the animals can harm you, can kill you. The toxin from the plants or bacteria or virus can harm you, can kill you. So that is toxin. Understand Bảo Nam?
Yes, thì sự khác biệt giữa toxin và toxic thì nó khác nhau ở chỗ là thì toxin thì là nó một cái chất mà nó sản xuất ra bởi những cái sinh vật sống như là virus, vi khuẩn, cây cối, con người hoặc là những cái con vật như là snake, nó có một cái chất độc ở trong người, nó là venom. Thì những cái chất độc này nó có thể giết bạn, nó có thể kill bạn.
Okay. Now, what is toxin? Toxin is the things or the top substances that produced by living organism and can harm. Harm means make dangerous. Can harm another thing. Can harm another thing. So that is the definition of toxin. Now I ask you again, what is toxin, Bảo Nam?
Toxins is the thing or substances that produced by living organism like virus, bacteria, plants, animal, human, and can harm another thing.
Can harm another things. Yes, can put your life or other things life in danger like that. Okay, what is toxin, Banana?
Toxin is the thing or the substance that produced by living in the organism, like virus, bacteria, plants, animal, and human. Example like snake have venom in their body.
Okay. Nguyên Bảo, what is toxin?
Toxin is the substance that produced by living organisms and can harm another thing.
Okay. Bảo Kim, what is toxin?
Toxin means thing or substance that produced by living organisms
And can harm
and can harm other things. For example, virus, bacteria, plants, animal, human. And in snake have venom.
Okay, that's right. Thảo Nhi, what is toxin?
Toxin means the thing or the substance that's produced by living organism
Organism.
and can harm another thing.
Okay, Yến Hằng, what is toxin?
Toxin is thing substance that produced by living organisms. Examples venom, bacteria, plant, animal, human, and can harm another thing.
Okay, then okay. Gia Hằng, what is toxin? What is toxin?
Toxin is or substance that produce and can harm another thing.
Can you give example? Yuan, what is toxic?
Toxic is the things substance that's produced by living organism.
Organism.
Organism. Virus, bacteria.
Virus, why you say virus? Why? You don't know the name, even virus, you cannot recognize about that word. Virus.
Virus, bacteria.
Bacteria, not bacteria. Bacteria.
Bacteria, plants, animal, human.
And can harm another things.
And can harm another thing.
Yuan, complete. Yuan, you complete. Okay. Now, toxic. Now we come to toxic. You know, this toxic is adjective. Yes, adjective, of course. Okay. So anything which so anything which so anything which has toxin, and that is toxic, right? And anything that harms another things, so is toxic. For example, toxic is toxic is produced by living organism. But for example, if you have negative thinking, okay, if you have negative thinking, even negative thinking, if you have the negative thinking, and that is toxic, clear or not? This negative thinking can kill you. Or if you live with me, beside me, right, but you have negative thinkings, then you are toxic. You are toxic means you can harm me like that, or you can harm anybody, or you can harm yourself. So that is toxic. Clear or not? Bảo Nam.
Yes, thì thinking nó có nghĩa là
First you understand what is toxic. Toxic is anything which can harm another things, and that is toxic. And toxic is adjective, right? Even the I said this is just example. Even you have negative thinking, and that negative thinking is the toxic, because that negative thinking can harm you. Okay, can harm you, and even can harm another body.
Yes. Thì toxic ở đây nó có nghĩa là ở đây nó mang cái loại từ là tính từ là tất cả những thứ mà nó có toxin thì nó là toxic, hoặc là những thứ mà nó có thể ham bạn, có thể giết bạn, có thể gây ảnh hưởng tới bạn thì nó cũng là toxic. Thì ở đây ví dụ là suy nghĩ tiêu cực là negative thinking, thì ở đây nó cũng là giống như một toxic.
Right. For example, I said, "Oh, Bảo Nam, you are so toxic." Like that, it means you have very bad thinking. You are so toxic like this. It means you harm me like that. Clear or not? So anything that is toxic, bad thing, any bad thing is toxic. But toxin is just produced by living organism. That's you have to remember. Now you are clear, everybody. Now you are clear toxic and toxin. Yuan, now you are clear toxic and toxin. Yuan, now you are clear toxic and toxin. I don't hear. Bảo Kim, understand Bảo Kim?
Yes, teacher.
Nguyên Bảo, understand or not? Nguyên Bảo, for example, your mother, when you are at home, they always shout you. They always shout at you, shout at you, shout you. Okay? They shout at you. Then you say, "Oh, mother, so mom, you are so toxic like that. You have very bad thinking like that." Clear or not? Clear, Banana?
Yes, teacher.
Thảo Nhi clear? Thảo Nhi clear?
Yes.
Toxicant. Yes. And one word you must know, toxicant. You know toxicant? Toxicant. Yes. This word you must know. What is toxicant? Have you heard this word? Have you heard this
No.
word, Bảo Kim?
No, teacher.
Don't know. Bảo Nam, you know?
No.
So toxicant is the toxin that human make, or we can say synthesize. Synthetic mean you synthetic mean you take A thing and then you put B thing together like this, and then it becomes C thing, and this C thing is we call synthetics. For example, toxicant is just man make, not okay, not if bacteria make, and we don't say toxicant, right? Just man make, and that when man make, when they synthesize it, the synthesize means they make it, they take A thing, B thing, or another thing, then they make another thing. So that is a thing synthetic. So for example, insecticide. Insecticide, do you know insecticide? Insecticide is the toxicant. So they used to mean kill. If you see this word, mean kill. Okay, insecticide is the chemical substance that human make, and they used to kill what? Insects. They used to kill insects. For example, if when you plant a tree, right? You plant a tree or a plant, so there's some many types of insect, they come and they destroy your plant or tree, right? Some bugs, some bugs, right? Some bugs, they come and they destroy your tree, and they use that insecticide and that chemical substance, and they spray and they kill these bugs or they kill this insect. So that is a toxicant. Clear, Bảo Nam? Understand that?
Dạ, thì ở đây thì toxicant nó là một cái một cái toxin mà do con người tạo ra chứ không phải là do động vật, do thực vật hay là do một con virus hay bacteria, mà là do con người tạo ra. Thì ở đây nó giống như là những cái mà chất độc của người tạo ra, như là lấy cái này pha với cái này nó sẽ ra cái này, và tổng hợp nó sẽ ra một cái chất. Và nó giống như và có một cái chất là toxicant. Ở đây có một ví dụ là insecticide, thì ở đây là để diệt bọ, để diệt côn trùng, thì ở đây là thuốc trừ sâu.
This is insect nè. This insects. This insect usually they destroy the plants. They eat the plants. Okay, and this insect, and then that's why human make insect insecticide. This insecticide, yeah, this insecticide, and then what they do, okay, they spray like this, and then they kill on the bugs or insects. There. Now I give you quiz. Now you know quiz, then you can deep understand about. Now you know quiz.
Yes, teacher.
What is quiz? Quiz is just a short check, okay, or you can say fast check knowledge. What is quiz? Quiz is fast check knowledge. Yeah. What is quiz? Everybody? Fast check knowledge. Okay. Which one is toxin? A. Lipopolysaccharide. B. CO2. Okay. C. CO2 means carbon dioxide. C. Mercury. And D. D is let me see. Herbicide. Or you can say pesticide. That's right. Okay, pesticides. Okay, you have 1 minute and think which one is toxin. And then if you want, you can go to the loo. Choose the answer. Yes, Bảo Nam. Which one is toxic?
I choose D.
C.
No, D.
D. Banana.
I choose D.
D. Bảo Kim.
I choose D.
D. Doan.
I choose D.
D. Dạ Hân. Dạ Hân. D. Yến Hân.
D, teacher.
D. Thảo Nhi.
D.
D. Nguyên Bảo.
D, teacher.
Who else? Hương Giang. Nguyên Bảo đi. On you choose đi. You don't understand. This is wrong answer. So the answer is A. Pesticide, this is the toxicant. This is human make na toxicant. Pesticide is man make this pesticide to kill what, like kill the you know, insect na, like they used to kill the insect na, used to kill the rodent na. Even rodent, you know rodent, everybody? And no, nobody know rodents. It's rodents. This like a mouse and rats. This is mouse and rat, and they, you know, they they destroy something from in your garden like that. So, or they come to your house and they eat something, they destroy something inside your house. Then they use the pesticide, okay, to kill them. Yeah. So this is the toxicant. This is not toxins. Toxin is producing by living organism. I told you, living organism. Living organism. It is living. It's not die. Okay, not dead. You forget lipopolysaccharide. You forget lipopolysaccharides. Lipopolysaccharides have in what? Having what? Gram negative.
Gram negative.
Bacteria, no? Oh, you forget. So in gram negative bacteria, right? So they have one toxin, and that toxin is lipopolysaccharides. I taught you already this lipopolysaccharides, but because I taught you gram positive and gram negative bacteria already. Lê Bảo Nam, you tell them now. So why you are wrong?
Dạ, thì có một câu hỏi là cái nào là toxin, thì mọi người hầu hết đều chọn D, nhưng mà D là sai, bởi vì D là
Toxicant.
nó là toxicant. là do con người tạo ra chứ không phải là đến từ một sinh vật sống. Câu A là câu đúng bởi vì nó đến từ sinh vật sống. Ở đây là đang hỏi toxin chứ không hỏi toxicant.
Where you can find lipopolysaccharides in gram-negative bacteria. Very dangerous. Right, remember Bảo Nam? We can find lipopolysaccharides in the gram-negative bacteria. I taught you already the bacteria already there. Clear? Don't tell them now. Why forget that?
Dạ, thì lipopolysaccharide là câu đúng. Câu A thì đây là một cái chất độc mà đến từ những cái con gram-negative bacteria.
Okay, so mercury is this is the metal. Mercury is a metal. So that is wrong. Okay, this is not metal is not living organism. CO2 is a carbon dioxide inside. When you breathe in oxygen and then your body will exhales or put out the carbon dioxide. So this is not the CO2 is not the toxin, right? Okay, Bảo Nam, understand clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you have to. We have two another words, very important words, and you must know. You want to break? 2 minutes break?
Rồi.
Okay. Next, continue. There are two another words that you need to know. Very important. Continue. That was that's and necrosis. That's and necrosis. So what is difference? So what is difference? So what is difference, everybody? And when to use that? So when to use that? Everybody know that? Yang, what is that? That mean what? What is that? If somebody asks you what is that, and how you answer?
Death is the end of our life.
Very good. That is the end of life, right? It's best answer. Very good. The end of life, right? Good. Applause for banana. Now everybody know the end of life. We got that. And what is necrosis? What is necrosis? Okay, what is necrosis? Where is Bảo Kim, Yuan? What is necrosis? You heard this word before?
No, teacher.
Ở Nam?
No, I don't heard the word necrosis before.
Bảo Kim, sorry. Thảo Nhi?
Don't know.
Okay. So to understand necrosis, then necrosis is also death, but what death? Do you know cell? Do you know cell? What is cell? What is cell? What is cell? Okay, cell in the old meaning, cell means room. Okay, cell means room. But your body, so our body is made of cell, right? Our body is made of cells. Clear or not? So when you have trauma, so when everybody when you have trauma, you know trauma? Everybody know trauma? No, banana, you know trauma? Trauma, you know? You never heard this word trauma? Yeah, Nguyên
No,
Bảo.
never.
Nguyên Bảo, you know trauma? Okay, trauma means injury. Injury. But trauma has two meaning. You can use for physical. You can use for physical, or you can use for spirit or mind. For example, when you have a problem with your mind, right? So that time you have problem with your mind means you are in like you are in very you are in the depression like that. So that is trauma. Trauma may be mind related to mind, or trauma related to physical For example, when you have when you fall down, right? When you fall down, or when you have accident, right? Car accident or something like that, and then in the cell in your body, damage. The cell in your body damage. Okay, cell damage. For example, this is your hand. This is your finger. This is your hand. When you have accident and here in this portion, this area, the cells is damaged, right? And this we call trauma. This injury we call trauma. And the cell because it's damaged, and this cell near to die. It cannot fix, near to die. So that we call necrosis. Actually, necrosis is the premature death of cell. Clear? Means it died. That this cell cannot, for example, this cell cannot live more, maybe 1 day or 2 days. This cell will die. That's we call premature death of cell. Premature means before this cell die. It die almost 90% already, and next day 100% die, like that. So we call that necrosis. Necrosis means death, but the death of cell. Clear or not? The death of cell we call necrosis. Clear? Bảo Nam?
Yes. Thì necrosis nó sẽ khác death ở chỗ là khi mà bạn bị một cái trauma, là một cái vết thương mà và những cái tế bào của nó bị tổn thương và nó chết gần 90 tới 100%, nó chết tầm 90%, thì đây mình sẽ gọi là necrosis. Là ở đây là tế bào nó chết và nó chết gần 90%, và bữa sau nữa là nó có thể chết là 100%. Thì ở đây là gần chết, mình sẽ gọi là necrosis.
Due to trauma or due to infection. Okay, due to trauma, due to infection, etc., like that. So your cell near to die. Cannot be killed. It cannot be killed. Okay, cannot be killed means cannot be healed. So we call necrosis. That area on the this portion is necrosis already. Okay, or this portion become, this trauma become necrosis, this trauma become necrosis, like that. You speak anything like that? What is necrosis, Yuan? Premature death of cells due to trauma or infection, etc. Yuan, what is necrosis? I don't hear Yuan when you don't turn on your microphone. What is necrosis? I don't hear. Hiền Nhi, what is necrosis?
Necrosis is premature death of cell due to trauma.
Due to means because of. Due to trauma, infection. What is necrosis, Bảo Nam?
Necrosis is premature death of cell.
Premature.
A premature death of cell due to trauma, infection, etc.
Due to trauma, infection.
Due to trauma, infection, etc.
Okay, Banana, what is necrosis?
Necrosis is premature death of cell due to trauma, infection, and more.
Okay. Then you tell me, Bảo Kiên, what is necrosis?
Necrosis is when you pour soda, nothing the cell in your body, 90% will die. And when the next day it will die. And need to die and it can be poor or health.
This is necrosis.
Necrosis is premature death of cell due to trauma. What is the infection?
Okay, right. Nguyễn Bảo, what is necrosis?
Neurosis is the premature death of cell due to trauma, infection, and etc.
Okay, Yuan, what is necrosis?
Necrosis is
Premature.
premature death of cell due to trauma, infection.
Infection. Yahan, what is necrosis?
Necrosis is premature death of cells due to tumor infection.
Yeah. What is necrosis? Ying Hang.
Necrosis is death of cells due to trauma, infection.
Yeah, Hương Giang, what is necrosis? Hương Giang. What is necrosis? Kitty. What is necrosis? Oh no. Okay, so this is the way to learn everything. Any question for today?